What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. Before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little thank you for all the love, the support, for all the comments, the likes, for taking time out of your busy ass day to watch me, to listen to what I have to say. So I've realized that I'm in the point of my YouTube journey where this is the best it's gonna get. I can communicate with people. I don't have too many subscribers. I can reply to comments. I can, do whatever I want. I have a lot of freedom when it comes to communicating with my supporters and communicating with the people that watch my channel. So I want to be in the moment. I want to really embrace this. I want to really cherish this moment because I realize from here on out, it might not be the same. I might not be able to communicate with you guys. I might not be able to reply to every comment. So I just really want to, take this time out to really cherish what I have at this current moment, what I'm able to do with you guys. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yo, I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're still watching. Today's video is going to be about 3 athletes that have practiced semen retention, what they've gained from it, what they've benefited from it, and just them sharing their story and their experience on the semen retention journey. So it's going to be a different style of video. There's going to be clips here and there, articles flashed on screen. So hopefully this is, more enjoyable for you to watch. You don't have to look at my face for 10 to 15 minutes. You can actually have pictures and articles on screen. So the video idea was brought to me by Christian Jones Harris. So shout out to you. And without further ado, let's start with number 1, which is going to be Manny Pacquiao. Let's talk about Manny Pacquiao and his semen retention journey. So who is Manny Pacquiao, you may be asking? Manny Pacquiao is a Filipino boxer and politician who is highly regarded as one of the best southpaw boxers there has ever been. With a boxing record of 62, 8-2 as a professional with 39 wins by knockout, Manny Pacquiao was actually the first boxer to ever win world titles in 8 weight divisions, having won 12 major world titles, as well as being the first boxer to win the lineal championship in 5 different weight classes. Manny Pacquiao was also the first boxer in history to win major world titles in 4 of the original 8 weight classes of boxing. At the time, these weight classes were known as the glamour divisions, including the flyweight, featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight. And he was also known as the first boxer ever to become a 4-decade world champion, winning world championships across 4 decades, including the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. Manny Pacquiao believes in harnessing the power of his sexual energy through semen retention, so much so that he even has a no-wife policy in the weeks leading up to his fight. When asked about it, his trainer Freddie Roach, pictured on the left, had this to say: "We've talked to doctors about it. Sex lowers your testosterone, so you're not as mean. Most boxers abstain for a week or more before a bout. I asked my guys for 10 days. Of course, Pacquiao beats the others even when it comes to abstinence. He stays chaste for 21 days before a bout, husbanding his energies for post-fight festivities." Now, unfortunately, that was all that I was able to find on Mr. Manny Pacquiao, but I want you to notice the common theme in this video. Most of the athletes that I'm naming are boxers. I wasn't able to find any football player, any basketball player, any baseball player, literally any other player from any other sport. I wasn't able to find anybody who was willingly and open to talk about semen retention. I don't know if it's because it's like an unspoken rule. I'm not sure if it's because people just genuinely are not aware of this practice. I don't know what it is, but most of the people that I'm finding famous that practice semen retention are just philosophers, boxers, and rappers. That's all I'm pretty much finding. So I want you to be aware of that. And another thing that I want to say, you're going to notice that a lot of these boxers, like I said earlier, it's kind of like an unspoken secret inside of the fight industry. Those that know about this practice, they're not going to say that they practice it because they want a competitive advantage over their opponent. And, even in some cases, when they're questioned about what they practice and if they indulge in sexual activities, they're going to say yes. They're going to say yes simply to encourage any uninformed potential rival to, weaken themselves and, so that that person can have an advantage over them in the fight and when it's time to fight. So that's another thing that I want you to keep in mind. A lot of these boxers might say they might not practice it, but it's simply just to fool their opponent and have them second guessing. So before we continue on with this video, I just wanted to share a couple of clips from the movie Rocky. I feel like these clips have a lot of insight and a lot of information that you can gain and gather, and I just thought it was very interesting, so take a look.
How about you give us your autograph?
Get out of here! Don't you ever interrupt me while I'm conducting business. Move your little chicken ass. Listen, kid, you lay off that pet shop date. Women weaken legs.
Yeah, but I really like this girl, you know?
And let her train you!
Okay, no more fooling around.
Okay, I hit it.
Women, we...
Want me to rub you down?
No, I'm just sore, okay? I'll just sit here.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, come on, no fooling around, all right? I'm tired. Hey, AJ, I'm serious now. There's no fooling around during training, you understand? I want to stay strong.
You're not kidding.
No, I ain't kidding.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, why don't you just make the meat, okay?
Okay, I'll make the meat.
So as you can see, based off of those two clips that I just showed you from the movie Rocky, Rocky had just discovered semen retention. He found out that if you withdraw from sex and if you abstain from it, you can gain abilities, you can gain more strength, you can gain willpower, confidence, you can perform better in the ring, your legs won't give out as easy, and your punches have more power behind them. So, you know, the fact that they made this movie in 1976, it tells me everything that I need to know. There's nothing new under the sun. This stuff has been practiced and talked about for hundreds and hundreds of years. The best way to find out if it's real or not is for you to actually go out and try it for yourself. So, yeah, let's go to number 2. Now at number 2, we have Mr. Herschel Walker. Now, if you don't know who Herschel Walker is, don't feel bad because I don't know who he is either. It says here that he is an American retired football player, a political candidate, bobsledder, sprinter, as well as a mixed martial artist. He played college football for the University of Georgia, earned consensus All-American honors 3 times, and won the 1982 Heisman Trophy. He is considered to be one of the greatest college football players of all time. Walker began his professional football career with the New Jersey Generals of the United States Football League, before joining the NFL, initially with the Dallas Cowboys. He was the focus of the huge 1989 trade to the Minnesota Vikings and later played for the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 1999. Walker currently serves as the co-chair of the President's Council of Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, having been appointed to the position by President Trump and continuing under President Biden. He is running for the Republican nomination in the 2022 United States Senate election in Georgia and has been endorsed by Mr. Trump and Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell. Some other important key details about Mr. Herschel Walker is that he only sleeps 3 to 4 hours a night, and he only eats 1 meal a day. He completely cut meat out of his diet. He only eats soup, salads, and bread. And yeah, you may be hearing that and say, oh, that's great, but you go a little further, and it talks about he played Russian roulette by himself. And he wrote a book about it and talked about how he would play Russian roulette with his multiple personality disorder. And he explained that he did it over 6 times, and he was alone, and he thought of it as a competition. And he also goes on to explain how this activity, this hobby, completely ruined and ended his marriage. And when asked about his Heisman Trophy, he says he forgets that he got it. So it sounds to me that this guy has been dealing with a lot of mental trauma. I don't know if it's CTE, concussions. I didn't really follow his career. I was too young. I don't know anything about this guy, but to go from like talking about your diet and your sleep schedule to talking about playing Russian roulette by yourself, there has to be something miswired inside his head. I don't know. I don't want to assume, but just wanted to throw that in there just so you have an idea of who we're talking about. Now, Howard Stern had actually interviewed Mr. Herschel Walker, talking about his lifestyle, how it was in his early child life, and just some of the activities and hobbies that he did as a kid. And here's what he had to say.
I don't do drugs.
You don't drink?
No, I don't drink.
Is masturbation okay with you?
No, I don't masturbate.
What?
No, I'd rather not. Yeah,
You'd rather not?
Yeah, I'd rather not play with myself.
You are like Jesus himself.
No, I don't think Jesus played with himself either. That's
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true. That's why you're Jesus-like.
You mean to tell me when you were a young man, you didn't whack off?
Well, I don't remember whacking off when I was young.
Really?
No.
Do you think some of your strength came from not beating off?
Yeah, I think so. That sort of saved your strength. That may have-
Yeah.
So what's the common theme with these clips? What's the common factor that these athletes are mentioning? They're all talking about self-discipline, willpower, strength. Believe it or not, if you withhold your sexual energy, if you abstain from sex, if you transmute your sacred sexual energy into other areas of your life, you can expect to see improvement. If you don't believe what Manny Pacquiao has to say, what Rocky Balboa has to say, what Herschel Walker has to say, that's fine. But listen to what David Hayes has to say about semen retention. At number 3, we have David Darren Hayes, who is a British former professional boxer who competed between 2002 and 2018. He held multiple world championships in 2 weight classes and was the first British boxer to reach the final of the World Amateur Boxing Championships, where he won a silver medal in 2001. As a professional, Hayes became a unified cruiserweight world champion in 2008, winning 3 of the 4 major world titles, as well as the Ring Magazine and Lineal titles. He was ranked by BoxRec as the world's #1 cruiserweight from 2005 to 2007. And was also ranked within the 10 best in 2003 and 2004. Well, I don't want to bore you with pointless information. Here's what David Hayes himself had to say about semen retention, and I quote, "I don't climax for 6 weeks before the fight. It releases too much tension. It releases a lot of minerals and nutrients that your body needs, and it releases them cheaply. Releasing weakens the knees and your legs. Find a lion that hasn't had some food for a while, and you've got a dangerous cat. So there won't be any drip from me. Even in my sleep, if there are girls all over me in my dreams, I say to them, I've got a fight next week. I can't do anything. I can't do it. That's control. I've been doing that since I was 15, and it's a part of my preparation now. That's why I am who I am today. It's all down to all those little sacrifices that you have to make. Find me another boxer who makes them sacrifices, and you will find another champion." Last but not least, I figured I'd add this one in as a bonus. We have Muhammad Ali. No introduction needed. He is arguably the greatest fighter that the world has ever seen. And I just wanted to share some insight and some details on what Muhammad Ali had to say about semen retention. It's common knowledge that Muhammad Ali goes up to 2 months without ejaculation when preparing for a fight. He believed that retaining his sexual energy can give him the energy and the aggression needed to win his titles. In Muhammad Ali's autobiography titled The Greatest, My Own Story, he talked about what the Olympic boxing coach Harry Wiley, as pictured on the right, had to say. And I quote, "There's a kid, just come down here, named Cassius Clay. If you bet on him every time he fights, you'll be a rich man, 'cause he won't lose a single fight. I believe his thing is sexual control, and he's got it. Any kid who can control it can win the title. I believe it." At this point, I've said everything that I needed to say. You've watched this entire video. You've heard all these guys' testimonies. You've heard all these guys' experiences that they shared, all the insight, all the knowledge. If for whatever reason you still don't believe in semen retention, I don't know what to tell you. But what I can say is this. Don't listen to what I have to say. Don't listen to what any of these guys have to say. Don't believe in a damn thing that you saw in this video. You know why? Because the best way to formulate an opinion, the best way to find out something is through experience. So I'm encouraging you to try this out for yourself. Go a week, go 2 weeks without busting a nut and see how you feel. Observe your day. Pay attention to what happens. Pay attention to the way your day plays out. And then tell me that it's not real. But yeah, that's all I have to say for today. If you guys left this video motivated, if you guys left this video inspired, or if you let this video a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Peace.